Hi, I'm DJ Dan and I'm playing at the Loop at Luxy.
Okay, one of the state's favourite DJs. Today on Clubbed Up we have DJ Dan. You were destined for a career in fashion design initially, weren't you?
Yes.
What turned you on to DJing?
Well, I moved to Los Angeles because I originally wanted to go to New York, and the fashion industry in Los Angeles I hated, and I just really didn't like what I was seeing, and I had been DJing just for fun, and I went to a party and met like the right promoter at the right time, and just started taking it seriously from there. And it was right when the LA rave scene had taken off. This was 1991. So before you know it, like within about 6 months, I was playing all the biggest parties, and then just went from there.
We always kind of forget that America had a scene for a while.
Well, you know, the funny part about that is that we would read all the British magazines, and in '91 there were parties of about 10 to 15,000 people on the military bases and in warehouses, and oh yeah, huge. But if you remember correctly, what magazine can you think of that reported on those parties from America?
I thought it was only England.
Well, but then we had a hero come through about 6 years later to take the claim for discovering America, which was Paul Oakenfold. And that was quite beautiful for all the American DJs that he was to come along and discover it. So, quite nice.
What's your opinion on that?
I don't want to comment.
What are your views on the increasing number of UK DJs that are going over to the States and kind of playing it to death and bringing over all the UK brands and stuff?
I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's fine because there's a lot of room in America. Usually, like one time during the year, a lot of them come over and tour. So, you know, generally those times, like we'll try to plan on playing out of the country, so then they can sort of have America. We'll go outside the country, and then it sort of stimulates things. I mean, nobody wants to hear the same DJ night after night. It's really difficult. I mean, in America, we read all the British magazines, or I should say a lot of people read them, and they look at it as it's the Bible. And the problem with a lot of British press is that they're so sensationalized. They blow things up so hugely. And, you know, like I've played Creamfields, I've played all the big festivals, and I've gone over there, and I'm really shocked because they're good, but we play parties in America that are, you know, up to like 40,000 people that are like just as good or better, but they will never get written about. So we don't have that hype to build off of. And as I'm traveling, I'm discovering that the way people find out about this stuff is because they read these magazines. If we had that as a tool, it would be a lot easier.
What's the main thing for you about DJing that you love? Or producing?
Probably the ability to sort of twist people's minds, you know what yeah.
Just a control freak?
It is, actually. No, I honestly believe that, because it's like if you can get them to that peak of energy and it's just creating so much tension, and then playing something so twisted, and then come out of it with something really funky and just sort of, you know, it's all about bending the mind, I think.
And finally, what's hot in your box?
What is it? DJ Luca versus I think it's DJ Luca versus Funk Foundation. It's called What Is Funk? It's a limited edition. It's wicked.
Do you know what is funk?
What is funk?
What's your definition of funk?
Funk is anything that you can lose your mind to, and that the track controls your body. That is funk. Because funk, anything can be funky. Anything, I believe. Polka can be funky if it's done right.
Polka? Interesting concept.
I'd like to do like an acid polka track. I think that would be hot.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Oh, thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Clubbed Up.